It's still spooky season, so I figured after Rock Bottom we gotta take a look at another spooky location in SpongeBob. This one being kind of obscure as well. Today we are exploring the Flying Dutchman's ship. Hey! The Dutchman first appears back in the season 1 episode Squidward the Unfriendly Ghost, but only as a cameo in a magazine.
It's a comic book, and look at this. It's the origin of the Flying Dutchman. It says when he died, they used his body as a window display. Now he haunts the 7 seas because he was never put to rest.
And his first physical appearance in Scaredy Pants, he is shipless. It took until later in the season, in ARG, for us to see his ship and even get a glimpse on the inside.
I'm the Flying Dutchman. I'm the Flying Dutchman. Who dares wake the Flying Dutchman? Keep it down, will ya? I'm trying to get some sleep.
This is not a lot of information right here, but we can definitely see that his ship is quite large. And in the next season he gets a lot more screen time. In Shanghai, after the Flying Dutchman drops his ship's anchor on the houses, the 3 Conch Street house owners climb up onto his ship.
Alright, who owns this crate? Come on out, I want to file a complaint!
We see that the Dutchman resides behind these very small owner doors. Now he is a ghost, so it makes sense, but like, who puts a board across the door like this? I've never seen that.
Who'll be disturbing the Flying Dutchman in his own lair?
It's Squidward. He wants to complain to you.
No, I don't.
But what about all that stuff about him having a dirty ship and being lazy and all?
It looks like the Dutchman's ship exists in some sort of its own ghostly dimension, because when SpongeBob and Patrick try jumping off, this is all that happens.
That was a close one.
Welcome back.
That was a closer one.
Welcome back.
Something else that's ghostly that is on this ship is the Zipper of Despair that the Dutchman throws Squidward into.
I suppose you're gonna show me. Oh, gee, that's very nice. Oh, what is this? Some kind of magic act?
I guess it's debatable if the Zipper of Despair is actually on the ship itself, or if it's just something that the Flying Dutchman can open anywhere. This is its only appearance, and he does open it just a few feet above the ground of the ship, so I will count it as something that is connected to his ship.
If you think I'm gonna spend more than 5 minutes on this dumpster, then you're crazy! I mean, look at this place. It's disgusting!
Before Squidward is thrown in, however, we did get a good look of the ship, showing all of the floor area, or whatever it's called. I'm not a pirate.
What a night be this. Crew, howl with me so that we might set the 7 seas ablaze with fear. Ow!
We see that the ship is steered using a wheel in the back. Well, obviously, but like it's a ghost ship driven by a ghost with magical powers, so who knows?
Captain, there's a guy we can scare.
I had 4 biscuits and I ate 1. Then I only had 3.
Ah, it does me heart good to see children out after dark.
We learn that basically all this ship is used for is just the Dutchman driving around scaring people, which they are of course very unsuccessful at in this episode.
Why do you think the Dutchman asked us to wait in our bunk room?
Maybe he's gonna give us a reward.
Like movie passes?
Or an oversized coffee mug.
Here we see the bunk room, which is the room where the Dutchman's crew lives. I guess his old crew, because now it's just SpongeBob and Patrick.
This whole crew for eternity thing isn't working out. It's not really you so much as it is me.
You're setting us free?
Well, actually, I'm just gonna eat you. See you at dinner.
As we see by the thing with bars on the roof of this room is located in the front of the ship.
Wait! I have an idea.
Really? What is it?
Let's leave!
Comparing the images, I would assume the windows the furthest forward would be the bunk room, although we don't see any windows inside the room.
But the door is locked, and the only way out is through the perfume department.
This ship also has a perfume department, which could be a portal into land. However, as we see here, the two have trouble breathing from all the perfume, but seemingly no problem with there being no water. Like, they aren't drying out here, which leads me to assume that this isn't them teleporting to a real perfume store on land, but this, just like the Zipper of Despair, being separate dimensions that are only accessible from the Flying Dutchman's ship.
Let's do it!
So my canon is that on the Dutchman's ship, there is a Zipper of Despair and there is a perfume department on the ship. Because when they have went through the perfume department, they moved a bit backward on the ship, now being next to his office.
I always hate going in there.
So, in his office, the Dutchman has a window where he can look out behind the ship, and this is a window we can also see from the outside earlier in the episode.
Remember the last time I lost me dining socks? I couldn't eat for a whole week. Yes, sir. Sometimes I wonder how I'd survive if anything should ever happen to me. Give me back my socks!
So when the two run out, we see them using the same door that the Dutchman came out of earlier, meaning that there is another door in this little hallway area where they came out of the perfume department. It has to be located in the only corner of the room we can't see, which is like where we are looking at them from. That's the door.
Big one! Take us behind those rocks.
Moving behind the rocks!
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. And stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
The next time we see the ship is 2 seasons later in Ghost Host, where it actually gets destroyed.
Curse this cursed ghostly fog! I can barely see past my own nose. Burn! Wah!
After he crashes at SpongeBob's place for the whole episode, we learn at the end that this ship is repaired.
My ship's been done for 3 months now. Well, it was nice rooming with you. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I left you a little something for all your trouble. Now it's high time for me to ruin more souls.
I'm very thankful for that. Would have been a short video otherwise. Now, it goes quite some time before the ship reappears. The Dutchman does, but without this ship. In Season 8's Ghoul Fools, however, it's finally back. Here we learn that he can open the bottom of the ship to drop things all the way through. Well, we also learn that he can transform into a nuke, but that don't have much to do with the ship itself. Once again, we get the ship hiatus until the Season 11 special, The Legend of Bikini Bottom, with a new puppet look.
Music to me ears! Halloween night!
The ship looks great in this stop motion animation, and we actually see it a lot in this episode. So this is new. There is a door between the two furthest back windows, and inside here the Dutchman has a haunted house. Finally, the Dutchman's ship gets to join the Bigger on the Inside club. Up until this point, this has been like the only residence that doesn't have 10 rooms too many, compared to the size of the place. In here he also got cages for all of SpongeBob's friends.
Why aren't you laughing, Patrick? What's wrong with you?
Help me, SpongeBob! My body's butt itches!
Then, also in season 11, we got Shopping List, where Sandy and SpongeBob break into his ship to get ghost dandruff.
With my face, I can say anything and make it sound scary. One large skinny pumpkin latte with soy milk, please.
And finally, we got the season 13 episode, Sandy Help Us, where the Dutchman kidnaps Sandy to help him.
The perfect dermatitis fix. Maybe some skull and shoulders would help?
Not much new here, it's just the office again, but we do learn that this window is openable as Sandy flies out after freeing the Dutchman.
Absolutely! Sorry, Dutchie, duty calls!
So that's it for the show, but for video games we got some more stuff to look at. First off, we got the fittingly named Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. In this game we get the Crow's Nest, aka the Lookout Tower, being used for I think the first time. Then we got Battle for Bikini Bottom, where the Dutchman's ship appears as part of the Flying Dutchman's graveyard area. Lots of running around deck and not much seeing inside the other rooms, but we do get some more useful stuff in lights, camera, pants.
Hi, can you tell me?
Who dares come aboard?
The Flying Dutchman has a crewmate in this game, and he does not look like the others we saw in Ghoul Fools. Okay, this kind of messes with my canon of the perfume department being permanently between the bunk room and the captain quarters, cause bro just walked that distance like nothing, there was nothing there.
Ooh, what comfy looking beds!
This seems more accurate. Also, I'm interested in how it just said walk deeper into the captain's quarters, meaning that's where he was already. So wouldn't that mean that this isn't the bunk room for the crew, but the captain's bunk? That's my headcanon, it just looks similar since it's both rooms with bunk beds. Except when SpongeBob walks back in there, it says leaving the captain's quarters. Damn, almost had it. And the room is way too similar to not be where SpongeBob and Patrick was in Shanghai. Even the ice skates were there. In the Nintendo DS version of the Atlantis Square Panties game, we get to see more of the lower decks. See, this is my problem with using the video games. Just like for Rock Bottom, they need the levels to be bigger, so we just get really long corridors or wide areas to do platforming stuff. Let's end the video off with a clip of the Dutchman's ship from one of the web games I used to play as a kid, Dutchman's Dash.
The Flying Dutchman in his own lair!